What the hell did we just watch, Marlins fans? This isn't just an ordinary game. This might be the greatest game I've ever had the privilege to watch. I mean, oh my word. And I gotta say something, right? This could have been a disastrous game. But the pesky fish, man, the pesky fish are so resilient, just doesn't know when to quit. And fuck, hey, they did that against the freaking Yankees of all the teams. The Yankees? What? All this back and forth. We were down 6-0. We were down 6-0. 6-0. Then we hit 4 runs. And this is the 5th inning right now. It starts off with an opposite field. Well, don't worry, we'll break it down. I just want to get the gist of it. Then the pinch hit single, which will be a 6-4. And then the 7th inning, another home run to, say, yeah, this is kind of bad. And then 6 runs in the 7th inning, including back-to-back home run. I mean, we're talking grand slam. And then Augustin Ramirez with a go-ahead run, make it 10-9. But Anthony Volpe, just as pesky Yankee, to make it 12-10. But then the bottom of the 9th inning, walk-off happens. How did those things happen? The final score in this game turned out to be 13-12. 13-12. What in the tarnation? I mean, seriously. This gotta be one of the best games ever. The best game ever. Everything went. Well, actually, I shouldn't say everything except for the pitching. The pitching was awful. And despite Anthony Bender, right? Because he was responsible for, giving up a lead. Actually, not even a lead. Giving up the game. But despite giving up 2 runs in the 9th inning, he was responsible for winning the game too. I mean, what the hell? That's because our offense is good. We have a good offense. This is what happens when you don't trade away some of your players. We have a long night to talk. Let's talk about it right away. So instantly, the first 3 innings are your pitching duels with Jansen Junk and Carlos Rendon. Rendon, I actually saw him pitch in person. He pitched to the 8th inning against the Cubs. I saw that happen on my own eyes. Bottom line is he is good. He is a good pitcher. But Jansen Junk was also pretty decently good. The bottom of the 3rd inning was when something actually happened. We saw a debut of Jacob Marcy. Marcy made his debut tonight. And this kid, this center fielder, the age of 24, has really good eye coordination of the baseball. That's his first walk. But nothing happened. 4th inning. Now let's talk offense. So Grisham hits a single to right. So there's your first hit of the entire game. Jason Dominguez, who hits a single to right, that's already 2 base hits. That's one of the players that we're talking about at the trade deadline too. That we're talking with Sandy Alcantara and all that. Anyway, Bellinger, who almost hit the home run, was just at the warning track. Dominguez stole second, and then Giancarlo Stanton. It's almost like he's never left this place. He never left Miami because he smoked that baseball to left. I mean, he crushed it to left. There was no way that Kyle Styles was going to get that baseball. No way. That ball was so far gone, and it was just, yeah, that sucked. Jazz. Yeah, let's talk about Jazz a little bit. He had a tributes video, which was nice. Very nice. Didn't do much tonight. I think he had 1 base hit. Ball in the 4th inning, the Marlins were looking to get chances. They were. There was a walk, but keep striking out. Ramirez stole 2nd and 3rd, but no runs coming out of that fourth inning, the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fifth inning, though, still bad. It was still awful. Jansen Junk was still pitching. I think the butterflies might have gone to him. Anthony Volpe was just unbelievably good tonight for the Yankees. He hit the single to left. That's his first hit of the game. He also stole. Actually, he didn't even steal anything. Volpe did. Wells flied out to right. Volpe stole second. Grisham walked, and Dominguez hit single to center. Those are the plays that you probably want to make that. So Volpe scores. Dominguez stole second. Bellinger hits single to right, which would be 6-0 Yankees right there. Stanton struck out swinging. That was a good pitch from Junk, but Stanton struck out swinging. Bottom the fifth. Now we finally get some points on the board. So Eric Wagman gets a single, which is pretty cool. And Javier Sanoja, his first of 2 home runs. This one is an opposite field home run to right. And it's 6-2 Marlins. And I jokingly said to, the family that I was with, because I was actually out tonight, I jokingly said, don't let us make this comeback. Don't let us make this comeback. I was joking, right? I was just joking. Marcy struck out looking. Strike zone was a little bit wonky this game. There was some good calls and there were some questionable ones. But I'll say this one. Edwards worked the walk. Struck out swinging is Ramirez. Augustin Ramirez. Hernandez worked the walk. And Rendon was relieved of his duties. So relief pitching, this is probably going to be impossible, but Loy Sega, if I said it correctly, I don't think I did. He comes in to pitch for Rendon, and his second pitch of that at bat for Otto Lopez was a hit by a pitch, and that looked like it hurt. That ball went past the bat, and it hits this arm right here. Might have been this one. I think it was this one right here because he was batting righty. They hit this arm right here. Yeah, that went through and hit his arm. That's pretty. Pitch hitting for Dane Myers is Liam Hicks. And it's a good call from Clayton McCullough because he gets a single to shallow center. I'm talking shallow center. And 2 runs scored at this one. So it was 6-0 to 6-4 Yankees. Edwards and Hernandez score on the shallow center hit from Liam Hicks. It was a pinch hit single. 6-4 Yankees. Pretty cool. Top of the 6th inning, a 1-2-3 from Beoso. Pretty good. Bottom of the 6th inning, only a walk, and it's another walk from Jacob Marcy, his second. There was a drop ball, and you gotta catch that if you're Austin Wells. You have to make that catch. But regardless, no runs scored out of that bottom of the 6th. Top of the 7th, another home run was given up by the Marlins. But the top of the 7th inning, it could have ended a whole lot worse after this home run. So Anthony Volpe with his second hit. I think that's the second hit of the game. Only the 1 pitch sweeper. And also Wells hits that single to left. And then Grisham just crushed it to right. Stayed fair. And Beoso was not happy about it. 9-4 Yankees at this point. 9-4. So we're down by 5. Again. Ish. Dominguez hits to right. Bellinger and Stan both flied out to center. That's kind of good news. Jazz, gotta make that play. Jazz hits an infield single to second. I really feel like they could have made that play there. And then Goldschmidt, there was catcher's interference on Ramirez. What the hell are you doing? So they called catcher's interference on Ramirez. So Goldschmidt was able to reach there. And then thankfully, some good cutter pitch to McMahon to fly out to center. Thank goodness with that play. Because this could have ended a whole lot worse after that catcher's interference. I'm telling you. Who's ready for the bottom of the 7th? So I've been so excited to talk about this all night. Ready? All right, Bird comes in to pitch for the Yankees. August Ramirez, first off, hits a single to right. That's good news. Hernandez struck out swinging. Not so good news. So there's one out. Otto Lopez, who thankfully was able to play through this, got a base hit to left. And Liam Hicks works a walk. So a good at-bat for Liam Hicks. And here comes Kyle Stowers. The first pitch was a ball. The second pitch, guess what happens? Seriously, I want you to take a guess what happens with Kyle Stowers with this hit. If you guess a grand slam, you are totally correct. In fact, it's almost the same spot as that walk-off grand slam, except this was towards left. This wasn't at left center like it was against the Athletics. This was left field. The left fielder could not make that catch, and that ball was just out of reach, and he hit a grand slam to cut the lead to 1. Kyle Stowers does it again. 362 feet. I mean, that was not a long ball. That ball just went over that wall towards the bullpen, towards the Marlins bullpen. I think that was a bullpen. A grand slam to cut the lead to 1. And I was so thrilled with that. I was so excited. And then they made a pitching change. This is Bednar. Remember Bednar? He was part of that Pirates team. And we would give him such a headache. This time we still give him a headache. So Wackerman grounded out shortstop. That's pretty not good. But then, Javier Sanoja, it took one pitch, and he smokes it to left field to his second home run of the night to tie the game 9-9. Javier Sanoja, 9-9. So, here I am, stoked about this. Stoked we make this comeback against the flippin' Yankees. But we're not done there. We're not done there. Because the next at-bat is Jacob Marcy. And he hits a double to right center. A double to center field. And I was so proud of Jacob Marcy. So proud of him. His reaction when he reached second says it all. I literally got goosebumps just watching him celebrate. I mean, he has a long way to go. Long way to go. But that hit sets up everything. Gotta love it. You have to love it. That celebration, especially when we're still hitting against the Yankees, still trying to get the lead. That gave me goosebumps. It literally gave me goosebumps. But we're not done. Infield single to shortstop. He was able to beat the throw. So we got runners at corners. And then Augustin Ramirez. It took one pitch. That splitter. And he hits it to left. And it's a go-ahead run for Augustin Ramirez. Marcy scores. It's 10-9 Marlins. It was 9-4 to 10-9 Marlins. So what a comeback by the Miami Marlins. What a comeback this was. Oh my goodness, it was so awesome. Hernandez fouled out to third, but the damage was so done. So done. Did it last? Nope. Blake Bacher comes in, and who do you think hit this home run? Anthony Volpe. Third hit of the game, and it's a home run to left. He did this celebration. What the hell is this celebration? Is this where everyone calm down or chill out celebration? Chill out? But he hits it to left, and now it's 10-10. Great. And you got some outs. Dominguez walks, and Bellinger struck out looking. Bottom of the 8th inning, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bednar. So he's able to figure that out. Anthony Bednar comes in to pitch for the Marlins, and he pitched poorly. The first two batters, pretty good. Stanton grounded third, and Chisholm struck out swinging. Ben Rice comes in to pinch hit for Paul Goldschmidt, and he hits a single to right. Caballero pinch runs for Rice. This is the player that can steal the bases. The highest stolen base percentage anybody in this league. He stole second, which you're not gonna catch him. So you got McMahon at bat. You have to get him out, and for some reason Anthony Bednar just didn't do it. He hit a single, McMahon, that allowed Caballero to score. What the hell? And Volpe, fourth hit of the flippin' night. It's a double to center to make it 12-10 Yankees. So the Yankees recaptured the lead. Not only recaptured the lead, but they're up by 2. And they did that against Anthony Bednar. That one hurt. That one really hurts. This could have been a heartbreaking loss. Volpe stole third. The Marlins challenged this. The challenge was a little while, and I understand why. That glove might have hit the rear end of Volpe from Graham Poli. The rear end. But it was inconclusive. It was so inconclusive. I can understand that. I personally thought he was out just by like a half of inch. But it didn't matter because Austin Wells flat out to left, and thankfully he caught that one. So, bomb the 9th inning. I'm literally holding on, and it's one of those things where if I watch as a fan, bad things happen. And here I am having that hope that they can somehow pull off this comeback again. Duvall making his Yankee debut. Actually, there were some Yankee debuts, like Caballero making his debuts, Duvall making his debut. He is their closer at this game. Graham Poli grounded the first, which was not a good start. Javier Snow hits a single to left, so okay, there's some hope there. But again, check out Marcy. Another walk by Marcy. If I remember correctly, this is third. So that's the tie and run right there at first, right? So there's your good news right there. X needed to hold on to the hope, and the good thing with X is he is a clutch hitter. He is a clutch hitter as of late, and all he needed was to get on base, and then we could probably do some damage. We did much more than that, and that's not even Xavier Edwards. Actually, it kind of is. But here's what really went wrong, and this is what really defined this baseball game. X hits a single to right. That's a actually no, he was hitting lefty, right? He was hitting lefty, so that was a good plain old base hit. A base hit that would presumably get the bases loaded, right? Or try to get Sandoval to score to make it 12-11. Oh my gosh. I'm going to trigger some Yankee fan. I'm so sorry. I know one of you out there is a Yankee fan, Space. I am so sorry about this, but I have to talk about this because you can't hide from the truth, bro. Because Caballero absolutely muffs it. He didn't just muff it. He missed the freaking baseball. He missed the baseball to right. That ball got by him. That ball got by Caballero. And I don't know how it happens. I'm shocked that it happened. And I'm screaming, go, 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 go. 2 runs score, and the game is tied. Edwards goes to third from this error. And here comes Augustin Ramirez, a former Yankee prospect, by the way. He was that player that we traded for with Jazz. Remember this. This was a huge at-bat. 5 players are in the infield. One of the outfielders had to come in. There was a hit that was like in that home plate area. That was foul. But the very next pitch, That ball stayed in the home plate area. That was a, you know what? I'm just gonna show you, because I don't know how I'm gonna explain it better than the video could. Where is it? Here it is. Wait, is this it? I'm so excited. I'm so sorry. I was so thrilled about this game, man. Where is it? I had it somewhere, dude. I had it somewhere. Oh, that's a tough. Here it is. Here it is. Here's what happens. Pitch, chopped, stayed there. I mean, X was so fast. He was able to beat that, and Wells just could not make that tag, and it was a fair ball too. Picked up at fair territory, and the Marlins with the best game ever. Don't at me. Do not at me. Best game ever. Ever. And winning against the New York Yankees 13-12. Now, I'm still in New York. They are pissed, and understandably so. They are so pissed off up here. And that's well deserved. It's well deserved that they're pissed off about this, because if this was the Marlins, I would have been too. But actually, I would have been heartbroken. I would have been absolutely heartbroken. Thankfully, we don't have to talk about that. One of the best games ever for the Marlins. Ever. And it's just game one. Oh, no. So, should we expect the Yankees to play angry tomorrow? Probably, right? But who cares? This will go down easily as one of the best games ever. A classic game. The best, man. Let's go over this one last time. Let's go over the box score. The pitching was awful. 15 hits for the Yankees, 12 hits for the Marlins. 2 errors for the Yankees, 1 error for the Marlins. That was that catcher's interference. 9 strikeouts for the Marlins, 12 strikeouts for the Yankees, and 9 of those strikeouts came for Rendon. Let me take a look at Jacob Marcy. Yeah, he worked 3 walks. He was responsible. X was responsible for all this. The big thank you to Kyle Stowers. Just big reason. My friend just texted me and he said, I'm happy the Marlins won, but this is a good point. As much as I want to celebrate this, like, oh man, and I'm slightly going to celebrate this, the fact that this is one of the best games ever. Keep your mouth shut. You trash talk. Well, I don't like trash talking too much, but I can't help myself. Do it at least when you get the series win. That is a good point. That's not the exact message, but that's the message that he's sending. This is the real message. I'm happy the Marlins won, but I keep my mouth shut. Go at least for a series win. Exactly a good point. Go for a series win, and then the Marlins, we're talking playoffs at this point. We're talking playoffs. Let's look at the rest of the NL East really quickly before I end things off, because I think it's very important. The Braves lost. The Phillies won. That's not good. The Mets lost in extras against the Giants. So my friend's probably going to be happy about that. And the Nationals, what did the Nationals too? I don't think we're worried about the Nationals no more, right? Where are the Washington Nationals? Yeah, they lost 16-9. Jeez. At home too. And game 2 tomorrow. 4 o'clock? Is it 4 o'clock? Let me double check. Yeah, 4 o'clock. City Connect? Yes. I go for it. Alright, man. There you go. Sorry for the long video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe to our content, because Miami TVG is right here to have your back. And when he does, he'll be right there with your favorite team that you deserve. This is Miami TVG. GG Yankees fans. I know you're watching. GG. Let's have a classic again tomorrow. Alright, man. That's gonna do it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.